This is the world's tallest roller coaster. I am here at Cedar Point to finally get on Top Thrill 2. How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and join me as I come to Cedar Point for the 2025 season, get on the all-new Top Thrill 2, and see what's new and happening around the park. Let's go in and try to have some fun. Good morning, Cedar Point. Staying here at the Hotel Breakers this weekend, and just outside this window is the view. Nothing like waking up to an aero lift hill first thing in the morning. Well, TT2 is under a delay, and that line is absolutely massive. So came right here nearby, beginning on the first ride of the day on Magnum XL 200. It's gonna be great. This is one of my all-time favorite coasters here. Magnum XL 200. This is a ride either you are gonna love or you are gonna hate, but I am a big Magnum lover. It feels like a car wreck. It's rough, it's janky, but it makes it feel out of control, and I think it actually makes it more fun. The airtime on that is just insane, and it's just airtime hill after airtime hill, getting ejected out of your seat. And if this ride, I think, was at any other park, it would be the top ride here, but because it's at Cedar Point, it often gets ill-forgotten about. But Magnum, if you are a fan, you know. And if you're not, I would try to give it a second shot, but I do understand if you are not a fan of this ride, especially if you have a low tolerance for rough rides. Another thing too to note on Magnum, this year it looks like they added little zipper pouches on the back of each seat, so you have a safe place to store your phone and belongings. The Happy Friar got a major upgrade, got a brand new building with indoor service. This is where you will find Cedar Point's famous fresh cut fries, hot dog on a stick, and cheese on a stick. Even with TT2, Maverick, first thing in the morning, already has a 60-minute wait. I am now going to bypass that 60-minute Maverick line because when I renewed my season pass, I got a free one-time use fast lane, and it looks like I'm gonna be walking right on.
What's the next time?
Pardon my hair, it's very windy here on the lake, but just got off of Maverick. This coaster is small but mighty. Whippy transitions, super intense, fairly long ride. It's a fantastic ride. It's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, it's a lot of other people's favorites, and the one thing I don't like about this ride is its low capacity, which means it almost always has a long line. But it's good that I had that one-time use fast lane for that, and I think if you're only going to do one ride for fast lane, I think Maverick is a very valuable one. Oh, Maverick rollback. Snake River Falls had its final season last year. I actually came out and gave it a final ride, but there is not much left of it. They did leave the station and a little bit of the trough then, but right now it is a nice water feature. Just had a very interesting ride here on Millennium Force. As you can see right up here behind me, we were able to experience the ride, but we stopped on the brake run and now we got evac'd. Not a long distance, not really high off the ground, but that was my very first evac, and as a coaster nerd, I thought that was pretty cool. The team members who assisted to get us off were very professional, very kind, and we were able to get one-time exit passes for the delay.
Welcome back, riders. At this time, please unfasten your seatbelts.
Millennium Force celebrating 25 years here at Cedar Point. And I would argue that this is Cedar Point's most popular ride. I mean, if Magnum, Raptor didn't put this park on the map, this ride absolutely did. And it is still just as popular as the day it first opened in the year 2000. While it may not be the most intense ride compared to more modern coasters, it definitely has its place in the park. It's still a great ride, very smooth, very long, great first drop along the lake, and it's all focused on floater airtime and speed. For the season, the ride has a fresh coat of paint. They got a new lift motor. It's running a little faster than it has in recent years. And Millennium Force, it's always a must-do. I can't miss having a ride here on Millennium Force. Right here is the all-new Siren's Curse, North America's tallest, longest, and fastest tilt coaster. Track construction has just been completed, and just missed it, but earlier they were testing the tilt track. But yeah, it's right here on the Iron Dragon Midway, and it looks super imposing, and that tilt track is definitely going to be freaky. And these transitions and elements look very whippy, very snappy. I am super excited to have a modern age Vekoma thrill coaster coming here to Cedar Point. As to when this is opening, I am not sure yet. If I have to predict, probably sometime in early to mid-June. The stage has now been removed, and Iron Dragon now has a proper entrance and queue line. And as you can see, it is very popular right now. It is almost a full queue. Well, Top Thrill 2 just reopened and has a posted 3-hour wait. Wish me luck. Just got off of Top Thrill 2. There has been complicated history of this ride. It opened in 2003 as Top Thrill Dragster, an intimate hydraulic launch coaster, and at the time it was the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world. Then after an incident happened, I believe in 2021, the ride remained dormant, and then Zamperla came in and completely redid this ride, keeping the original top hat but replacing it with a magnetic launch and a reverse spike. You now have a swing launch, so you go forwards and backwards. However, it was only open for a handful of days before it closed after some imminent issues, and it was closed all for its opening year of 2024. Now we are here in 2025, and after some modifications, Top Thrill 2 is up and running. Just had my very first ride, and I was a huge fan of Top Thrill Dragster. And I'll say, I am a huge fan of Top Thrill 2. This and Top Thrill Dragster, I think, are fundamentally different rides. So on this one, I will give credit to Zamperla. These trains are very comfortable. However, when you are rolling on the track, it definitely has a vibration. It definitely shook around more than the original Dragster. But you go out on your first launch, you go about 70 miles an hour, you go up about a third of the top hat. That launch is just okay, but then it kicks into high gear with a 101 mile per hour launch backwards and up this 420-foot vertical spike. And that was by far my favorite part of the ride. That was just so surreal. You just kept going up and up and up, looking down over the entire park, floating out of your seat. That was fantastic. And then you drop down and then you hit your original 120 mile per hour speed and you go up and over the top hat. You get some great air going down. You get thrown to the side on the spiral drop and then you hit the brakes. It's another world-class roller coaster here for sure. I am tossed up on which one I prefer. On the original Dragster, I much preferred that hydraulic launch. That had a good kick to it. And it also ran smoother in my opinion. But for Top Thrill 2, I love the backwards launch and I love the reverse spike. So give or take more or less. But Top Thrill 2, it's great. I will say though, go in with this ride with some patience. It is temperamental, it obviously is a new ride. And also you have to wait for a locker, there's metal detectors, whole bunch of restrictions you should probably know before going in. Absolutely nothing in your pockets should go in. Everything has to go into a locker. But Top Thrill 2, it's, after one ride, that was quite a rush. And hopefully to get on it again. It is a very long line though, so we'll see. Over where the Scrambler used to be, there is now a new stage. And this is where youth group and programs are going to perform. This is what we're dealing with. We got some honey glazed chicken drumsticks, tropical rice, and a buttered roll. This is over at the Grand Pavilion. Nothing quite like a quick recharge here in the middle of the day, staying here at the Hotel Breakers. What I like about staying here really is the convenience. You are literally right in the park. And we came in, took a little rest, got some coffee, feeling rejuvenated, and now we're going back in for the evening for some more rides. Also, this location right here, the boardwalk here on Lake Erie and the beach, beautiful, very peaceful and tranquil, away from the hustle and bustle of the theme park. Oh boy, when I have my doubts. Is Steel Vengeance really that good? But then every time I ride it, I'm still taken back. That ride is just pure fun, non-stop action. So much airtime, like you lose count. And it has aggressive moments, it has floaty moments. My favorite moments of the ride is actually in the second half where you're going inside the structure. You really don't know which way is up. You're flipping upside down, going sideways. It's great. Still, after all this, even with TT2 now here, Steel Vengeance is still my favorite ride here. All right, for dinner, we are at the farmhouse. Got some sliced steak, fried potatoes, and a biscuit. I just gotta say, in the past couple years, Cedar Point has really upped their food game. Can't say I've ever done this, but just did Lorot Knock, last ride of the night on Corkscrew. Corkscrew, while it may not be the fanciest ride out there, it's almost 50 years old. This ride holds a very special place in my heart. It's always a must-do when I come here to Cedar Point. My late grandfather first came here to Cedar Point when he was younger, and this ride was brand new, and the first thing he did when he saw it was call it the Screwball. And since then, it's kind of been a running gag in our family. And now that he is missing, I feel like every time I see and ride the Corkscrew, just a little bit of him still there. So for that reason alone, I love Corkscrew. And while, again, it may not be the flashiest or fanciest ride, I still think it's actually pretty decent. You get a good yank down the first drop, get some good airtime over the hill. The vertical loop and the 2 corkscrews are very intense, short, sweet, and to the point, and this ride still gets sizable lines, even to this day. And that's going to do it here from a day at Cedar Point. It is early in the season, so there's definitely some staff training around, so operations, I wouldn't say we're at peak, but I did come across some very nice team members for sure. And today was more or less a laid-back day. Wasn't rushing to do everything. Was more or less acting like the general public today, staying at the hotel breakers, coming in a little later, getting on rides as I see them. And you know what? Just having a carefree day. It was a lot of fun. I only had one objective today, and I accomplished it, and that was to get on this Top Thrill 2. Very grateful to get on that. It was a lot of fun. Another highlight too was getting evac'd off of Millennium Force. That was also a big highlight. Oh, until next time, Cedar Point. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more amusement park content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.